Happy Thursday, everyone. It's Corinne King, Team Island DeWilde of Coldwell Banker St. Croix Realty. I am just stopping by with some quick tips this is specifically for listers preparing your home for an inspection. So if you're going to an inspection, that probably means that you went under contract. Congratulations. Here are some things you can do to prepare your home before the inspector gets there. Generator. This is specific to St. Croix or any of the islands. You probably have a generator at your house. So make sure that there's fuel in there and that the oil's been changed and that you test run it right before they get there, or a couple days before, so you have time to troubleshoot it before they get there. And then let's talk about something as simple as light bulbs. Any light fixtures that are fixed to the home, go replace all of the light bulbs. A lot of times inspector just goes, they flip on the light and they go, light doesn't work, suggest getting looked at. So that's just one more item on the list that they'll have to ask you about. You'll have to go check, and then you're gonna be like, oh, it was just a light bulb. Let's see, what else? Cisterns. So if you're wondering what a cistern is, that's a whole other subject, but they're chambers that hold water from rainwater that we collected on our roof. If that's low, get it filled up. Just get the 3,000 gallons. The inspector goes around, they test all of the sinks, all of the faucets, and flush all the toilets. So you don't want them to run out of water halfway through and they have to come back for that. That costs the buyer a little bit more, which could, leave a sour taste, or they might ask you to pay for the inspector to come back. So just get ahead of it. And okay, so this one's really interesting. So everyone's home has their own little funny tricks on how things work, and you've been there for so long that it's just every day to you. But if there's anything funny with your home and just how it works and maybe how a light switch works, write it down. Create a little manual for your home and how things work. So for example, my buyers a couple months ago, they had an inspection done, and during this inspection the stovetop wouldn't turn on. So the inspector just said stovetop wouldn't turn on or wasn't working. So that doesn't really show up great in inspection. It just is more red lines and red flags to the buyer. And they may not come back to you and mention that the stovetop wasn't working, when in reality it was just there was a certain way that the stovetop had to be turned on. Let me tell you how it was. So for the stovetop to turn on, there was a safety feature that a pot had to be on the burner with weight in it, so like with some kind of water for it to turn on. I've never seen that before, neither has this inspector or the buyer, so no one knew to do that. And it's great that the buyer went back to the seller and said, hey, the stovetop wasn't working, the generator wasn't on. I've actually got all these ideas from this one house that just wasn't ready for an inspection. There wasn't fuel in the generator, so they thought something was wrong with the generator. Stovetop wouldn't turn on because there weren't any instructions for them. And luckily they went back to the seller and asked about it. But a lot of buyers may just get the report and just say, oh no, there's too many red flags, let's just can the deal and remove and get our earnest money back. So get ahead of it and make it as easy as possible on the inspector and on the buyer, and I promise you this will make it easier on you as well. Well, if you're looking to list your home or sell your home, our team would love to help you. And have a lovely Thursday.